first game results. What did you see?
Did some good things, played hard. You know, we just took a while to get the triple option stuff fixed, get it adjusted. They flew around, had good energy. We just got to learn how to finish. You know, the first half was pretty good, especially the first 25 minutes. And the last 35 minutes, we just got to work on fixing those things.
You're never happy with a loss, obviously, but to hold a team like that to 3 touchdowns and really make them work for every drive they had, you have to feel encouraged about the defense.
You know, I just hate anybody ever getting into the end zone. You know, Coach Mullen hired me to stop people from getting in there. If they get in there, I'm very disappointed, no matter who it is.
Kind of assess the play of your young defensive lineman, Jones and Nelson. Obviously got their first reps.
Right. It was good to see. You know, Nelson Adams, Chris. You know, they did some really good things. A couple of plays, Chris Jones was just a terror in the backfield, which is what we hoped he would be. And I just got to work on some technical things and just consistently playing hard. And he's going to be a force.
Talk about that process of obviously he played a lot of defensive end in practice.
He did.
And then moving him inside. I mean, just how do you prepare him?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Turner's one of the best in the business. And, you know, we started him out wide because it's a little easier to learn without everything going on. And then just out of necessity moved him inside for a couple of snaps. And he looked comfortable in there. And doesn't mean he's an inside guy all the way. You know, I think he's talented enough to play anywhere we need him on the defensive line. So we're excited about Chris.
You hate to lose Jay Hughes, obviously, because you counted so much him to organize things, but you had Arrington and Market step in, and they got most of a full game in.
Yeah, absolutely. They played really well. You know, a couple of times they got to do some of the adjustments, too, to get some things fixed. But they played well. Deontay Evans got in there and did some good things, too. So, you know, the future's bright with some of the young guys.
When you face 5 more teams that run that zone read, some form or fashion.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's just basic things that you can get accomplished?
There are good things, and we did some things, changing up some looks on them, so they didn't. You know, they'd see one look, and then we'd play some different things, trying to confuse them. And the key to the whole season is continuing to disguise everything that we're doing, and not just give them the same look day in and day out, and down in and day out.
What have you seen from Alcorn State on film?
What's that?
What have you seen from Alcorn State?
Oh, they got some athletes. The quarterback's 6'6", 200 pounds. They've got 2 6'2" receivers that can run. They got some talent. They've got some big offensive linemen that are pretty powerful. So, I mean, anytime you get to line up in our stadium and play, you got to be excited. And, you know, the guys have a bad taste in their mouth that they want to get out.
With Jay out and Jamerson maybe a little gimpy now, how are you adjusting in the secondary this week?
Well, it's, you know, same thing we've done with the linebacker position. You know, we move guys around. You know, we try to cross-train them as much as possible so they're exposed to a lot of different techniques so they can move in and out position from position and not miss a beat.
Just FAA for the linebackers in that first game. You've got to go with you guys in there.
Yeah, the young Brown brothers played really well. Zach Jackson arguably had the play of the game on that slip screen. We got to work on his celebration a little bit, but he played. I mean, he played at a high level, and it's kind of reminiscent of Zach and Deontay when they were young. They make 1 or 2 spectacular plays, then they start to have a little more confidence, and you can just see that with Zach Jackson this week out of practice. Same thing with Richie. He had to prepare. He had never prepared for a college football game. Had to prepare for it, and now he knows how the process works. So I'm excited to see him in game 2, him and Beniquez.
Have you seen kind of an extra step in practice this week? Because you said of the ground game, but also the chip on the shoulder, that it was a loss.
Yeah, the chip on the shoulder, Coach Bayless, Coach Mullen do a great job just making sure that we have that blue-collar mentality, that we have a chip on our shoulder, and try to make sure we gain respect every time we go out.
Mention that you're an everyday worker, some of your other offensive linemen and coaches. Is that how you feel, that you come to work every day and you're just trying to get better even though you are the leader and the senior on this team?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you have to come to work every day, you know, to keep getting better. Because, I mean, if you just stay the same, somebody will pass you up. You're just going to start getting lazy and not be the best you can be.
Spot, now that you've seen the film, how do you think the offensive line did in that first game?
I think we did all right. I mean, you know, we lost the game, so, I mean, you know, we kind of took it up on ourselves, you know. So, you know, I mean, we got to bounce back and do better.
What things have y'all been working on this week to get better at those things?
Just finishing more, you know, because like we had some drives, you know, we had going and, you know, did pretty good. But we didn't finish at the end, so we've been working on that more in practice.
Gabe, you've seen this before where interior guys go down and the depth has been an issue on the offensive line. How do you feel like depth is coming out of the game? You might not have Justin on Saturday.
I mean, I feel pretty confident in it. I mean, you know, the guys, they're going to be, you know, coming up to step up or whatever, they're going to be ready to go also. So, I mean, there's nothing to do.
Again, we talked to Dylan about the difference between Dak and Tyler. Not like the style of play, but they sound different from the cadence. So, you know, he said Dak's a little bit more energy. Did things change at all for you from that aspect?
Oh, no. I mean, you just, every day, I mean, you just get used to it, you know, get used to it more. I mean, we used to, Tyler and Dak being in the huddle, so, I mean, it's not like a foreign voice that we hear, so, just got to get ready to like practice every day and like just hear and get used to it as well.
Have you learned, being in Williams at all, freshman?
It's a lot different, but I mean, after as the day went on today, I understood what he was saying and everything.
When there's a new maybe offensive line, like you said, Justin Malone may not be there. How does that affect the entire offensive line?
I mean, I believe he's gonna be all right, and I mean, whoever's playing, if it's Damian Robinson or Ben Beckwith, either one of those guys can step up and play that spot. So, I mean, we'll be fine.
How often does the line kind of practice like interchangeable parts, or is it usually like the ones go and then the twos go? Is there
most of the time we always switch out, because you never know. We got to prepare for the worst, and somebody go down, then whoever next, backup, they got to be ready to go. So we already practice that every week.
Has Damian practiced any at guard this week, or just staying at tackle?
He practiced both, I mean, he practiced both of them.
And Ben Beck, I mean, people look at it and say former walk-on, but Ben's not your normal walk-on.
Oh, no, he's not, He's a pretty good player. So either one of them, I'll take him in today.
Did you sense a difference, Gabe, after that first drive? I mean, you just walked the ball down the field, you guys had all the confidence in the world, and they just made some adjustments and things changed. Did you feel anything emotional or anything going on as the game went on?
I felt a little disappointed, but I know over the course of the game you're gonna have highs and lows, so I try not to let it bother me or whatever. So I like next series. But I mean, it wasn't.
They really seemed to shut down the run after that first quarter. What was it specifically that maybe they did to take away the run?
I mean, they just made a few adjustments. We didn't capitalize on the opportunity we had to move the ball on. We had the offensive line. We just ain't do certain things we're supposed to do.
Zone read options, kind of quarterback ran around the left and right ends, kind of had big plays in that regard.
What's in our here, boys?
What would you see on those zone read option runs where they got big plays?
We just got to fit better, and run the ball down. That's basically all it come down to.
With Jay Hughes maybe out, does your role maybe as a safety hybrid linebacker increase?
I mean, we have other players to step in at the positions, but I mean, everyone has to step up this week. We got some key guys missing. Young players got to step in and do the job.
How good of a test, obviously y'all said it last week, how good of a test that is for y'all's defense I mean, you're going to see some of those looks the rest of the year in the SEC. I mean, how would you kind of gauge how y'all passed or failed?
Oh, I mean, it was just simple things we were messing up there. It's all, we can be fixed at practice or, and walkthroughs and stuff like that. We just got to go through and correct our mistakes.
A lot of guys are saying the little things, the simple things. What are those? Like, what are they specifically? A lot of guys are saying, got to work on those little things, the simple things. What specifically are those?
Like I said, we just got to, make the correct fits, as far as like the triple option that they ran, the team ran, and we got to fit up all the runs correctly.
What are some things you think y'all did well as a defense in that first game?
I think we all played with relentless effort. We ran to the ball. Mm-hmm. We had more missed tackles than we wanted, but we can fix that also at practice and stuff like that. I mean, we ran to the ball and played hard.
What were your thoughts about the secondary? Obviously, some new guys back there playing, but for the most part, they got their own against their passing.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did good. Like I say, at practice, we just got to get those young guys get them in the right spots, and if they have any questions, we just got to help them out.
Did it seem like a more aggressive, exciting defense you're playing finally when you got in a game? You guys got a lot of pressure. You didn't get any sacks, but you got some pressure, got some hits on the quarterback. Did it seem like you were running around and flying around a little bit more?
Oh, yeah. Everyone has a chance to, do stuff like that. Blitz, you never know who's going to blitz. And everyone has a chance to make big plays, which we have to make more of and coming up in the future.
That confidence you had in fall camp and spring, was it still there on game day? Obviously, you made some more plays.
Oh, yeah, it was still there. I mean, everyone, we got to play with confidence. You don't play with confidence, then you won't make the plays that you can make.
I think I saw you out there at slot, covering the slot receiver a little bit. How comfortable are you out there?
I'm real comfortable out there holding slots. I mean, I'm holding one of the best receivers, Damian Lewis, so he's quick and fast. So, I mean, if I hold him, I think I can hold him one in the lead.
I know you've seen him some in practice. What kind of challenges does Dak Prescott give a defense guy?
I mean, he's big and strong, and he can also throw and he can also run. So you never know what kind of plays coming.
I think we played pretty good. We had a couple early in the end, so that's about it.
I feel like the defensive line is kind of taking shape now.
Yeah, somewhat. We still got a lot of work to do.
Such as?
Just getting off blocks, making plays, making more plays, getting sacks. We were getting sacks last game, so that's something we've been pushing this guy this week.
Holding an offense like that for 3 touchdowns, you had to come away feeling pretty confident about yourself because they had to work for everything they got.
Yeah, but we didn't get the win.
What did you see with that zone read around the edge that you had so much success for? What was going on there?
I couldn't tell you too much. We just played well.
Did you see anything on tape that stood out that needs to kind of improve?
And as far as getting off blocks and making plays, that's about it.
And Nico, obviously an offense like that, it's hard to get much of a push because they're so quick. But you guys were able to get some pressure and generate that with the new line. Talk about that.
All week they were telling us how quick they were going to be and how fast they were going to get plays ran. So we just got in shape for it and made plays, tried to make plays anyway.
How difficult was that third quarter being on the field for 31 plays? How did you as a defense kind of get over it?
We kept rotating and kept making plays and we were trying to make plays, I guess. So that's about it I can tell you.
Do you feel, was there a point where kind of exhaustion set in when 31 plays, your offense only had 6? Is there a point where, tired or something?
Yeah, a little bit of fatigue here and there, but I hope we got back up.
When you're looking at that tape, are y'all telling yourselves this is what we missed, or are you telling yourselves this is how close we were?
Yeah.
That you're that close?
Yeah, we're pretty close. It's crazy.
What needs to happen to go from being close to executing?
We got to make the play we need to make as a team. We'll be all right.
I mean, the loss of Jay Hughes back there, that hurt y'all because that's a guy y'all really were counting on and liked.
Yeah, that's one of the team leaders, and it hurt.
But it's good to see guys like D and Hendrick step in and take their opportunity.
Oh, yeah. It was great.